Hey, what's going on YouTube? Today we're going to do a project on my 2008 Toyota Tundra. We're going to use the ceramic coatings from CERAKOTE off of Amazon. It's got a lifetime guarantee, and the packaging says that as long as you own the vehicle, they will refund the purchase if it fails. So let's get to the next project now.
Okay, so here's everything that comes in the package. What's nice about this system is that it does not require any power tools. So you have 4 wipes of step 1 for each headlight, and then 2 packages of step 3, and then step 2 is where you're going to be doing the sanding. You've got 2 of the 2000 grit and 2 of the 3000 grit. First pair of gloves is for step 1, and then the second pair of gloves is for when you move on to step 3. And then it advises that you have multiple clean towels. I'm just going to use paper towels for this. And as you do this, you're supposed to continue until the wipe comes away yellow and dirty. Once it's gotten completely used, that's when you move on to the next wipe. And you do this completely on each headlight before moving on to the next step. Okay, now look at that. I'm not sure how well you can see this on the camera, but here's the one I just finished using, and here's a brand new one. Once it's collected a bunch of that yellow color and oxidation off, then you can throw that one to the side and move on to the next wipe. Now, as you do this, you might be tempted to try and save some of these wipes to do a second vehicle, but the instructions specifically ask you to use every wipe on one vehicle. Well, would you look at that? This is just after step 1, and they're already looking a lot better. You can see here's the wipes from the right side and the wipes from the left. The left, I think, came away a little bit cleaner, but look at all that oxidation they pulled off. The next step, we're going to rinse this thoroughly, and then we're going to start using the wet sanding discs. The next step on the instructions tells us that we need to rinse this thoroughly. So I'm just going to take my spray bottle and wet this down really well, wipe it off. And it says not to worry if there's still a haze left, because this next step is going to remove all of that. We'll rinse it a second time just to make sure. Then we're going to start off with our 2000 grit sanding disc. We'll attach it to the pad they give you. And you want to make sure that this all stays nice and wet. You want to do this for about 2 to 3 minutes. You want to make sure you're going in nice circular motions. Okay, now we've completed 2-3 minutes with our 2000 grit. We're going to move on to our 3000 grit and repeat the process, keeping this nice and wet for 2 to 3 minutes. Making sure we're going in nice circular motions. Try to avoid any uniform scratch marks. Down here at the bottom, that's going to be kind of hard. Now that we've finished that step, we need to make sure we rinse this off really well. So take your clean towels and your spray bottle and just get as much of that residue off as you can. I'm going to rinse it down a couple of times just to make sure we get it nice and clean. The packaging says that the ceramic coating and water do not mix well. So if the headlight is still wet when you apply the ceramic coating, it says it can ruin your headlight. Make sure to use a couple of towels and get this very clean. Also, I'm going to wipe off the surrounding area just to make sure that I don't get some of that water mixing with that ceramic coating. We're gonna let that fully dry for about 5 minutes and then we'll move on to step 3. Step 3 is the ceramic clear coat. So the instructions state that on this step, you wanna move from top to bottom and with a 50% overlap. And you gotta resist the temptation to do it multiple times. It says 1 pass is all you should need. So I'm gonna use both my hands to try to get a good coating. I am gonna swipe across the bottom here just to make sure that all gets an even coat. About halfway through, flip your wipe over so you're using as much of the ceramic material as you can. Once you've completed this, you got to let your vehicle sit for about 60 minutes before exposing it to any driving or water. And we'll show you what it looks like in about an hour. Well, would you look at that? 30 minutes of work, about an hour of cure time, and these headlights look better than the day I bought the truck 5 years ago. I'm honestly very impressed with this system. I'll definitely be using it again on a future vehicle if I ever need to restore the headlights. That kit costs about $20 on Amazon. Sure beats it paying $150 for brand new glass. Okay, well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button and subscribe. And let me know if there's any other projects you'd like to see done, whether it's factory or maybe something aftermarket. I want to add some things to this good old truck. She's got about 245,000 miles on her, and I want to keep her going as long as possible. See you next time.